Hi guys, this is Jamie. I'm here with another video for you guys. If you guys looked at the little title of this video, I am going to be talking about these colored pencils. So, have you guys ever had the ever went on Amazon and typed in something and thought, okay, this is what I'm getting. You order it. Just, okay, yeah, I typed it in. This is what it is. You order it. It comes and it doesn't perform what you thought it was supposed to perform. So that's what happened with these. So, what had happened is I went on Amazon and I typed in woodless watercolor pencils. And I know Arteza makes a set, but I was just curious what other brands were out there. And these came up when I typed them in. And I believe they're called Bailive or something. Bailive. Doesn't even say it on the tin. It just says 24 woodless colored pencils. And here's the back. Okay. And it says right here, water soluble colored pencil. But it doesn't say they're watercolor pencils. So I was like, okay, are they watercolor pencils? Are they not watercolor pencils? So I'm like, I'm thinking, okay, I'm confused. I'll just test them out, see what happens, and go from there. They're $14.99 on US Amazon. So let me first show you what they look like. Maybe I'll pick a darker color so you guys can see the words a little bit better. So there is a number or a code right here, and then it says brownish black, and they're very standard names, brown, and they have it's kind of like a paper, like a slick paper around it. So this is pigment. There is no wood on this, which is correct. And these are wax. Well, I didn't know that wax pencils could be watercolor pencils if they're woodless. But I've never used woodless watercolor pencils. So I was just like, okay. Here again, it says water-soluble woodless colored pencil. So I decided, okay, I'm going to give them a test. So I'm just going to take out just like a scrap piece of paper so you guys can clearly see. And I'm going to use this red one. And I'm just going to, there's like alcohol marker on this. Maybe I'll do this side. And I'm just going to lay the color down just like you would if you were coloring. Okay, there you go. I was like, okay, let's add some water to these. Let me find one of my water brushes. This one will be okay. And I started adding water. That sucks. I mean, look at that, guys. You can see the lines. It sucks. It really does. And if you're wondering what I'm thinking should be better, normally when you have watercolor pencils, it drags the color out more, not just kind of moves a little bit and still has that. So I'm thinking, okay, I think I'm going to be sending these back. And then when I was reading the reviews on these, people aren't using them as watercolor pencils. They're using them as regular pencils. And I was like, well, I still want to see if they perform any kind of watercolor anything, because they do say they're water soluble. So I tried this method where you take the pigment right off the pencil, and you can, get a watercolory effect. I was like, well, I guess I could keep them for $14.99 and just do that, you know, because obviously they don't break down like this, and just kind of go from there. Well, after talking to my friend today, she goes, "Are you sure they're even watercolor pencils?" And I said, "I'm pretty sure." Well, then I thought I should give these a road test, just like a typical regular colored pencil. That one's kind of wet, but because I did that, but I'm going to show you. So I wanted to first do the sharpening factor. So if you guys can see, I've sharpened this one, the orange one, to a really, really fine point. And maybe I'll draw a flower. I'm not like making this look beautiful or anything. I'm just thinking, oh, okay, I could just use these as regular colored pencils because they do lay down really, really smoothly. And they're better than a Crayola twistable. And they don't hurt your hand. The color does go down, so that's not a problem. And you can still use them like a watercolor pencil. Just you have to take the pigment straight off the pencil. Doing it this way is not going to work out. It's going to make you upset and frustrated. But I do want to show you how you sharpen these type of things, because I've seen people use X-Actos and like sharpen it that way. But according to Amazon, they said that these you can just sharpen with a regular pencil sharpener. Was I going to stick this in my tea gall? No, because I just didn't know what was going to happen. And I didn't want to stick it in an electric pencil sharpener because it is kind of soft and I didn't want to screw up that. So I just took, this cheap little pencil sharpener. And these are like the cheap ones that you can get, a whole bunch of them when it's back to school sale. They never last long and they're just cheap plastic pencil sharpener. And you just put it in and you rotate it. You can rotate the pencil or you can rotate the sharpener. I just want you to see the lead, how it comes out. But it sharpens really well with a cheap pencil sharpener. So I was kind of surprised. And I'm like, okay. And then I thought, well, maybe I can layer these. See, I sharpened a little too much there. Maybe I can like build up layers with these pencils. Basically, I want to make it work. I want to have a happy little accident here. You guys see that? I don't know if my red is dry yet. They blend into each other. And this is using them dry. So I thought, okay, so they work really well as a standard pencil. I don't know if you guys have ever had watercolor pencils that were like a bust, but then yet they perform okay just as a regular colored pencil. So I thought I would hop on here, kind of show these to you guys, just so you guys knew they were out there. What I would tell you guys is $14.99 is a good deal for some pencils. If you see these when you're looking up watercolor pencils, they're not really watercolor pencils. At least they don't perform like, say, an Arteza watercolor pencil or like the Arteza Woodless watercolor pencils. I did order some other Woodless watercolor pencils to test those out as well, but I wanted to kind of talk to you about these. And I actually pulled out a book to color in with you guys and use these pencils just as straight color, no water added, just color it straight. Oh, that's a pencil sharpener, honey.
I want it.
So this is the book that I chose to color in. It's the Posh coloring book Peanuts for Inspiration and Relaxation, Charles Schultz. And I was thinking we could do a little bit of a color and chat with these and kind of see how they do in a book, just as straight coloring. And I'm not going to add any water to them because I don't want it to buckle my page by just adding water and not getting what we want out of a colored pencil. But the plus points on these pencils is definitely they say what color they are very boldly. They sharpen really well with just the cheapest pencil sharpener. You could give these to your children. I don't think you have any problems. It says their soft, thick core provides smooth color deposits and excellent mixing. Yes, that's true, but not with water. So they can be a little misleading, but they say they're ideal for layering and blending and coloring. So yeah, I'm just going to pull this to the side here. Or maybe we'll move the pencils on this side.
Oh yeah! Oh!
Okay, thank you, honey. So I got this book on Amazon when it was on sale. I've only colored one page in it. But I thought this would be a fun book to try because of all the fine details, and since you could sharpen these to a good point, I thought, okay, let's test this out. Let's have a little bit of color play time. Just trying to pick something that kind of strikes my fancy. I've done that one in glitter gel pen. Something that has actual color to it. Because Snoopy is a white dog, so I'm just trying to... So many pages, it's hard to decide. I should have picked one before, but kind of just going off the fly right now. It's really hard to know what to... Maybe I'll do this breakfast page. And if you get this book is perforated, so you could take these images out if that's easier for you. But I'm just going to start coloring these. Just straight coloring. That's my daughter in the background talking. And I do think you definitely want to sharpen these. And when you're sharpening it, the paper does come off at the same time. guess that would have been a peach color, the other side of the bacon. Oh, but this must be a lean piece of bacon. They're very, they're not very thick. They seem, like the barrel seems really small to me, but they're long like a standard pencil. I do think you could break these in half if you were strong enough. Let's see.
So something's coming. So Mario was coming, and
so this is not sharpened.
He actually slammed.
See, it's not. You can't get in very good details if it's not sharpened. You definitely want to sharpen it. Not really worrying about like over details or anything. I'm gonna zoom up just so you guys can see better what I'm doing. Yeah, it's just it's like when I searched it, I had like these high hopes that I would be able to put the pencil down and just add water and something magical was going to happen, but that wasn't really the case. I just was like, this is no good. Sorry, my daughter's being really loud. I put everyone to bed, but apparently there's no school tomorrow and they don't think they need to go to bed.
It's Polly. Hi, Polly. You're going to save. Baby, save someone else's hair.
I'm just working on these eggs. You guys can see that. But overall, the reason why I wanted to show these pencils to you guys is because they actually perform really well as a regular pencil. If anything, I wish that they had more colors because they're very, very soft. They're not like, they're definitely not a Prisma, and they perform differently than a regular pencil. And I think it's just because they're woodless pencils, honestly. Let's see. You get to hear my kids' noises. They're being so loud, and I do apologize. Hopefully it's not too bad and I can just put this video on without needing to do a voiceover, but time will tell.
And look at the other chair. It's dancing. It's a flip chair. It never wants to And so try
Today has been one of those days. I was doing all right in the morning, and when everybody was at school, but then when everybody got home, it was just, yeah, non-stop chaos. I really think these pencils would be really fun to use in like the romantic country books. Let's color one of these little characters. This guy's in a good view, I think. His name is Linus.
Let's go down today. Hi, Force. Swirls. Good morning, Swirls. Good morning, people. Hippo, wake up.
Trying to think what color Linus's shirt is. I know that
Hippo.
Lucy's shirt is dress is blue.
Wake up, Ryan. It's morning.
I know Charlie Brown has a yellow with a black stripe, but I can't remember what Linus's is.
It's morning.
I'm surprised Linus doesn't have his blanket, because his blanket is blue.
No. Ouch. Ow. Help. Help. Hurts so bad. Open.
I think I'll just go. I think it's red and yellow,
You look pretty, Mommy. Come by me. What?
but I could be wrong.
Nothing? Okay. Why? Get down! It's shaving my hair.
I guess it depends what show you're watching.
Open wide.
Like that episode of the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Ow! Go like that. And flip around. What? Don't want to see.
Yeah, there is my little Linus. So overall, guys, I think these are good
Oh, yeah.
if you're going to use these as like just a regular colored pencil. I don't think they're good enough to be classified as a good like watercolor pencil. Honestly, they actually kind of disappointed me in that world of that, but that's why it's important to try things to see how things perform and do,
It's also not Karen. It was the
just to
draft
see how
line.
things react.
And you're not home because you're mean.
But I do like that they sharpen well, and I do like that the colors are very distinctly there, and I'll probably just keep them in this tin. I really was thinking about just returning these, but after I discovered that I could just color with them
Wait, come on.
just plain, I decided, nah, I'll keep them. and just have a fun time with them. Probably use them up pretty fast. We'll see. But yeah, that is it, guys. I just wanted to share these things with you about these pencils, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching. And I will see you guys next video. Bye, guys.